Okay guys, so today I'm going to be comparing friction gloves versus layout gloves versus mint gloves. These are friction version 3.0, these are the mint color 3S's, and these are layout version 2. So today we're going to be going over the features and which glove best fits your needs. Okay, so let's start off with the fit. You'll notice that friction and layouts have a very similar shape and length, and mint gloves have a very different design. It's a lot shorter and it fits a lot more narrow in the fingers. So I think for fit with room in the fingers, mint is definitely the closest fit, then friction, and then layouts. So the first thing that you want to take into consideration is what type of style that you like better. Do you like having the wrist strap, or do you want your hand to have full range of motion? For comfort, I think that the mint material feels the best, but I don't really like this style of the wristband. I like the longer wristband style better. So I think for comfort, I prefer the layouts the best. The frictions are also, they're all really good. None of them feel uncomfortable, but the feel of them definitely feels different based on the style of the wristband that you get. So next up is traction. The least grippy of the three gloves is the frictions. And if I was going to rank this on a scale from 1 to 10, from 1 being the lowest amount of grip to 10 being the highest, the frictions would probably get a 2 or a 3. It doesn't have a lot of grip. So if you're looking for something really tacky, this isn't going to be the glove that you want. And then for layouts and mints, they're very tacky, and I would give it about an 8 for both of them. However, the material that's used on it is completely different. The mints actually feel tacky, where the layouts feel more like receiver gloves, where the material kind of just stops the disc a bit. So depending on which style you like better will depend on which glove that you want to get. So next is similar to traction, and it's going to be how fast it takes to transition to the gloves, or if it affects going from your glove to your bare hand and vice versa. So the easiest glove, in my opinion, to play with just immediately is frictions. Because they don't have a ton of grip on them, I could immediately just play with them and it felt completely normal. I didn't have to change anything at all. And then the second easiest was layouts. For layouts, I also didn't ever really have to change anything about my throw. I would have a couple, probably 1 or 2 out of 10 on my forehand that would get stuck. And after a while, after I broke it in, I didn't have that problem anymore. However, on my mints, my backhand would really get pulled in a way that none of the other gloves, that never happened. So I think the mints are definitely the hardest to get used to, but I think that once you break the mints and the layouts in, they get a lot better and it's a lot easier to play with them. So for the rain and wet conditions, the layouts are by far the best, and it's really not close. I would give it a 10 on ranking it from 1 to 10. And then I think the next best is the frictions. I would give it around a 5. It's okay. It's not the greatest, but it's definitely not bad. And then I would give the mints around a 3. In my water test that I did, the glove just is really not water resistant. The water just goes straight through the glove and it stays on the glove too. So if you want something for the rain, go with layouts. They're by far the best for the rain. Aesthetically, they're all pretty tied for me. I think that the mints and the layouts look a little better than the frictions, but not by much. So if you like one a lot better than the other, then maybe go ahead and look into it, but to me, they look pretty much around the same. Next up is price. The layouts are the cheapest, coming in at around $25. The frictions are around $26 or $27, and the mints are $35. I think they're all pretty good priced. I would pay the money for the mints if you like the traction style and the low cut design. I think it's worth it. So depending on what style you like, I think you're going to be happy with all of these gloves. So for durability, the frictions are the thinnest, and I think that they have the easiest chance of ripping. They don't have a ton of padding, and it's pretty easy to rip your gloves up, especially if you play on turf. I think the mints have the best durability if you're gonna be diving, because it's got a lot of padding here, and it should hopefully last a few dives before just immediately creating a giant hole. So depending on your play style is going to depend how long these gloves last. I've never had a problem with any of the gloves. I do have a problem with shedding in the mints, but that's about it. For warmth, I would give them all about a 5. They're not really super warm. Friction does make a version that has an extra layer of insulation, so you should definitely check that version out. I don't have it, but I think that's probably the warmest Ultimate Frisbee glove on the market right now. But all of these gloves, they feel pretty much the same. They're not gonna keep your hand warm under freezing. Your hand's still gonna go numb. Okay, so that's gonna be it. So I'll leave a link in the description to these 3 gloves so you can get them. And like this video if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe. Be sure to share this with anyone you think could benefit from it. This is Ultimate101, and I'll see you next time.